Some huge news on the Fnaf movie just dropped, and guess what? I was lucky enough to be there for it. So let's dive right into it. This is actually, like, massive. This is insane. So basically, there is a Redditor that has made this post, and he basically says, I saw one of the test screenings. I know what was supposed to happen. There was a lot that was cut out. So right now, we're going to review what was cut out. If you don't want spoilers, I would suggest just clicking off. There are a lot of spoiler-heavy things. The movie has been out for about 3 weeks now, so I feel like it should be fine. But still, the warning's there, alright? With that being said, let's just dive right into it. So, it starts off with this. So I saw one of the test screenings, and here's what got cut. There are at least 15 bullet points that are talking about some like huge points that were important in the movie that got cut or should have had some better explained scenes attached to them. So let's just start off here. Number 1. The guard in the opening scene was attacked instead of seeing him in the torture device. We saw a sequence of him being dragged through the hallway to his death. Also, they used Foxy's original hum for his scenes. Original hum. Unsure why they replaced it. Well, I know for a fact that Kellen Goff is the new Foxy humming voice. They were posting on Twitter a little bit back, so it's fine. It's fine, that's not huge at all. Max brought her dog to Mike's house while babysitting. Okay, I don't know why that's important, but it's there. 3. The training tape was originally 30-ish seconds longer, showing the animatronics performing to talking in your sleep. 4. Max and Mike had longer interaction after Mike got home from work after the first night, mainly Max talking about her love for Abby and hopes for a good life. I appreciate the movie being under 2 hours. Some movies can drag on a bit too long, but I feel like this scene is kind of necessary because it'll flesh out her character better, show her motives as to why she's being a little rat for, Aunt Jen, I forgot her name. Now, number 5. During night 2, Mike ended up looking through the office before going to sleep. He found a stack of cassette tapes. He went through all of them, each of them being a segment of a news report about the missing children at Freddy's. This one is kind of big. I feel like I really didn't like it when Vanessa was like, I'm here to help the Fnaf fans. It's time to explain some stuff to you. I was not a fan of that. I think it was kind of lazy. It seems that we had some visual storytelling that they cut out, which is unfortunate. 6. The dog was in the car with Max outside of Freddy's. So I guess this dog is a really important reoccurring character. Maybe it'll become Mangle in the second movie. That's just some stupid speculation. Don't think about it too hard. 7. Carl getting his face eaten was a way longer sequence. The whole vandalizing sequence was. That's pretty cool. I really liked the vandalizing sequence. In fact, one of my complaints in my review was like, I liked those sequences, I liked the horror, I wanted more of it. 8. Before Bonnie exited the closet, Bonnie grabbed his neck and pinned him against the wall, kind of sliding him upwards with his hand. So I'm guessing that when, I think his name was like Gabe or something, put his hand on the door, it was because Bonnie was shoving him against the wall and I guess like crushes him or something. It looks like his death is more pronounced and just shown, you know? 9. Max originally asked if the kid was okay. I'm guessing it's talking about the ghost kid, while following him to Freddy. While following the kid, she had to gather herself, but kept on pushing. Yeah, it is kind of weird that she found nothing wrong with this child and just kind of was like, what the hell? And then kept moving forward, rather than being like,
I just realized I shouldn't be hearing any of this. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't be here at all.
She looked through the animatronics beside Freddy before grabbing the chair. When the hand reached out to her, we saw her scream and fall backwards before getting pulled into the mouth. It is kind of weird how she just floats up, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this cut has like Freddy grabbing her, or just looks better for when she kind of just flies up and into Freddy's mouth. But who knows? One of my favorite kills in the movie, if not my favorite. Now, number 10. When Mike tried to confront Vanessa before Abby touched the guitar, that's the time where it exploded and Vanessa threatened to shoot Mike. Vanessa began to rant about how he cannot and never will find the guy who killed Garrett. That is very interesting. I would have liked to see that. 11. During the scene where Vanessa is revealed to be William's daughter, we see flashes of children screaming in a dim area. Young Vanessa is seen watching the whole thing happen at times, and though you never see him directly, excluding the outline of his hands, William is the one committing the murders. So it sounds to me like we get to see the child murders. We get to see William, and the horrendous acts he did. 12. Golden Freddy originally jump-scared Aunt Jane, alright, not Jen, knocking her cold to the ground. This was an incredibly quick sequence. I would like to see that. We kind of just see her corpse, and then Freddy guy is all like, she's asleep, let's go to a pizzeria and scare a famous YouTuber in a taxi. And that's just kind of what happens. 13. When Abby is hiding in the arcade from Foxy, right before Foxy finds her spot, she grabs a shard of glass from the arcade and throws it across the room. Foxy ends up looking away and she runs to the ball pit, watching him before going in. Yeah. It was kind of weird how Abby seemingly teleports. Foxy's never shown to break his gaze. And then suddenly, Abby is just in the ball pit, and I was just sat there wondering, okay, but he was like staring intensely at your only escape option. So that would have fixed it right up. 15. William seemed like he was in a lot more agony during the spring lock, even screaming after putting on the mask. Yeah, that scream lock. Yeah, that spring lock scene was missing some stuff. I was really disappointed when I saw the helmet like almost come off of him when he fell on the floor. Yeah, no, they should have put like some blood on his face or something. It didn't even need to be like a whole lot. It just needed to show that yes, he was dying. Oh man, what a shame. And it caps off with this statement. Overall, the movie was just a lot more slow and scenes took longer to progress. I believe through a lot of the trailers, you can see scenes or shots that were cut. The movie was slightly more violent when it came to blood and whatnot, but otherwise, not much was different in that regard. And he then remarks that he'll be changing the post if he misremembered something. But that's pretty much the extent of it. Everyone in the comments looks to be asking for the Scott Cawthon cut. So, yeah, maybe if we get that trending on Twitter, hashtags free Scott Cawthon cut, maybe we'll be able to see that director's cut of sorts. Closing thoughts. I really wish I saw that cut of the movie. I personally think that, it would have added a lot more, some of those scenes, even if it was easily over 2 hours long. I don't personally mind super long movies. When Endgame came out, I wasn't being a little baby in the theater. When I was told it was like 3 hours, I didn't find that the worst. But yeah, with that being said, hopefully the editing went well. I don't really know how I'm gonna get all of the all the key shots that I need to edit in from the film. And yeah, that's about it for me. Have a day.